Hello guys, in this video we'll be discussing one more problem based on exponential distribution, exponential probability distribution. Okay, the question is, if x is an exponential variate with mean is given as 5, evaluate first part is p of x 0 to 1, then minus infinity to 10, and x is less than or equal to 0 or x is greater than or equal to 1. So these all things we have to evaluate. Now it is given it is exponential variate, that means this is exponential probability distribution. Okay, so let us try to understand what is the function. Function is always f of x is equal to alpha e power minus alpha x when x lies between 0 to infinity. F of x is 0 otherwise, correct? So here what is alpha e we need to find. So mean is given as 5. So I can write what? Mean is given as 5. So I can write 1 by alpha is equal to 5. So alpha, that implies alpha is equal to 1 by 5. So mean is equal to, or we can say alpha is equal to 1 by 5. Mean is nothing but 1 by alpha. This you remember, okay? Mean is nothing but 1 by alpha. So the alpha becomes 1 by 5. Now we can replace f of x as what? F of x becomes what? 1 by 5 e power minus 1 by 5x when 0 to x to infinity, like x lies between 0 to infinity. Now we'll find out the first one. No need to write again the second, like f of x is equal to 0 and all. It's fine, it is understood. So p of 0, first part will solve. Okay, you're taking the first part. Now here you need to understand that x lies between 0 to 1. This is a direct question. So the function is applicable when x lies between 0 to infinity. So 0 to 1 lies between this only, correct? This interval only. So we can directly write. So I can write it as 0 to 1 f of x. Whenever this type of intervals comes, you can directly substitute the limits. So what is f of x here? 0 to 1, f of x is 1 by 5 e power minus 1 by 5 x dx, correct? Now here I have to integrate this. So this becomes e power 1 by 5 is constant, correct? E power minus 1 by x remains e power minus 1 by x divided by minus 1 by 5, correct? This constant you have to divide. So this term and this term get cancelled. Minus sign is there, that you take outside and put the limit 0 to 1. So I can write minus e power minus 1 by 5x limits 0 to 1, correct? Now when I put the limits, I'll get the answer as upper limit minus lower limit. I'll get the answer as 0.1813. Okay, just put the limits, that is 0 to 1, that is upper limit minus lower limit you have to do. So anyways the lower limit becomes what? 1, because e power, see, lower limit is 0, so x, when you have to substitute in x value, so this term becomes what? 1. E power 0 is nothing but 1 itself. So let us move further to calculate the second part of the question, that is when p is x lies between minus infinity to 10. Remember always the function f of x is applicable, or it is valid when x lies between 0 to infinity. Below that it is not applicable, that you need to understand. Okay, so I can write it as lower limit will be always what? It starts from 0 itself, always remember, to what? 10, correct? F of x dx. See, this I can split it as, I'll just explain it, minus infinity to 0 f of x dx plus 0 to 10 f of x dx. This term is 0 because this f of x is 0 because we have seen here whenever x value is below 0, that means minus infinity to 0, the function will be 0. So we are integrating from 0 to 10, that's it. Now f of x dx, same thing, 0 to 10 you have to integrate. So we know that the integration will get the same integration value, just the limit has been changed. So I can directly write this value, e power minus 1 by 5x, 0 to 10, that's it. Correct? Here 0 to 1, here 0 to 10, same thing. Minus 1 will be there outside. When I put the values of this thing, I'll get the answer as 0.8647. You can just substitute the values and find the answer of this. Let us move further for the third part of the question. So third part says p of x less than or equal to 0 or x greater than or equal to 1. Correct? So I can tell that here or came. What is the meaning of or here? That you need to understand. So what I have to do, I have to, or means I have to add. That means this probability of, I can write it as x less than or equal to 0 plus probability of x greater than or equal to 1. That is the meaning of or here. You have to add this plus add this. That's it. Now probability of x less than or equal to 0, that is nothing but, see, less than or equal to 0 means minus infinity to 0 f of x dx plus greater than 1, so 1 to infinity f of x dx. Now the thing is, minus infinity to 0 we have already discussed, minus infinity to 0 the function becomes 0, so hence this part becomes 0. So I have to just integrate from 1 to infinity, that's it. So I'll do it here. So it becomes 1 to infinity e power 1 by 5 is there, e power minus 1 by 5x dx. When I integrate and substitute the value of x, I will get the answer as 0.8187. This will be my answer. Okay, 1 to infinity, correct? You have to just indicate this value. This will be same as this, always remember. Like we are just changing what? The limits. Rest all will remain the same because the function is same for all. You can observe here this function, for this also f of x will remain the same, this also f of x will remain the same, but the thing is limits are changing. That's the difference. Okay,